Hello, universe. It's Ruby the Alchemist. I probably look a bit crazy right now. I feel a bit crazy right now. I don't know what's in the air. I'm about to do the Gemini reading. I don't know if this is aligning with the Geminis, but Geminis, if y'all feel like this every day, what the fuck? Seriously though, but no, we're in Cancer season, so not. But yeah, what is going on? I'm like, should I even do the reading? But I am, despite feeling how I feel. I'm gonna go ahead and do this reading because after doing this reading, I'm gonna turn off my phone for I don't know how long, and then I'll be back. But Geminis, I feel that they can think a lot about a lot. Like, I feel like they are capable of just getting into so many different things and knowing about so many different things just because they're so curious. Like, they love knowledge about so many different niche things or even well-known things. They just love things. Like, they love to know about things or try new things. They're very much explorers, I would say. So when I think of a Gemini, I tend to think of like someone with glasses, someone who's like a scholar in their own sense, not necessarily, doesn't always have to be like in education as in college, high school, things like that, but just a scholar in their own sense and what they're into and things like that. They can be pretty wild. I see them as like mini tornadoes, really. They can be like mini tornadoes because in that same sense of just wanting to know about everything and soak everything up, they're like mini tornadoes going everywhere. And I feel like a lot of times they just, maybe it depends on the placements as well, but I feel like a lot of times they might not finish something because they're already wanting to move on to the next thing. So they just kind of dip and dabble into a lot of different things, and it's not a bad thing. It's just that they are very curious people and intelligent people. So they're people who like to align their intelligence with their communication, and so they're able to talk a lot about a lot of different things. They can talk about anything, just any different topic, conversation, and they can keep a conversation going with almost anyone, really. But enough about my perception. Let's get into it. All right, Spirit. I'm tapping into the collective consciousness, specifically Geminis. When I think of Gemini, I think of the color purple for some reason, like a light purple, and very much an airy feeling, just very light, very free. I feel like Geminis like to be very free. Spirit, this is for Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. This is a 3-card pull. The cards are already here, Spirit. What is awaiting for Gemini in August? 3-card pull. That one was kind of crazy. All right, here's 1, 2. What? Okay, and then 3. All right, I put my hair up because no, it feels crazy out here. But anyways, I have my 3 cards here for Gemini, so let's get started. For the first card, we have the 3 of Swords. For the second card, we have, okay, fuck Gemini, the 5 of Cups. And for the 3, we have the Magician. So I can clearly see the story here. Wow, it's a lot of heartbreak. So maybe it does align if you guys are feeling the way I'm feeling. So it feels like a lot of heaviness, a lot of sadness, a lot of heartbreak, reminiscing of the past, weight of the past, weight of past relationships. Wow, yeah. So in the last reading for Taurus, we had the 5 of the major arcana cards, which was a Hierophant, And I said how in the Aries reading we had the major arcana in the middle, and then this reading we have the 5 in the middle, not the major arcana. And the major arcana this time was at the end. So that's pretty crazy. Okay, so for the 3 of Hearts, we have heartbreak, clearly, sadness, pains of the heart. Again, that's why I brought up maybe past love, past relationships, maybe past friendships. So these are old connections that are maybe coming back in the form of thoughts or memories, just lingering energy within the body. So if there's still some unhealed energy, some thoughts left ignored, feelings left ignored, brushed under the rug, they might be coming back to the surface come August, and you'll feel this. And maybe as the month is progressing, maybe through the middle of the month, you'll start to really feel that weight of those unprocessed emotions, that unprocessed energy within the body. It'll really start to make its way to the surface. So first it'll begin in the mind, here's the swords, and then it'll be released through the spiritual and the emotional. So it might begin as memories, reminiscing, or just thinking about the past, and it might manifest into maybe tears or acting out of anger, just behavioral, emotional, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not chaos, just unbalanced. What's the word I'm thinking of? Emotional turbulence. Wow, that is a hawk. Well, I actually don't know if it was a hawk or not. It was a beautiful big bird though. But anyways, back to this. So it'll begin with the mind and thoughts, and it'll begin to manifest in physical reality through your emotions. Here we see he is wearing a cloak and looking down. So it might start to begin to feel like a cloak, a weight, a shadow, just a dark cloak that begins to weigh on your body, because it's not something that's a cloud over his head. This is on his physical body that he's wearing, and he's looking down, crying over these 3 cups that are spilled. So almost like crying over spilt milk, when we see that back here are 2 perfectly good cups, and these are still good cups, just spilled over, and there's a whole river that he could get more water from. I'm gonna make a part 2 because it's getting too long. So thank you for listening. I'll see y'all at the second part. Okay, part 2 of the Gemini reading for August. And as I said, here we're having a lot of heartbreak, unprocessed emotions, heavy emotions, just lingering in the body that might need some attention, might need some healing, maybe some movement. Maybe there's been some, again, brushing under the rug of things you might have not wanted to really face in the moment, but it looks like it might be time to start facing some of these things in order to really move on and to really feel like that magician that you know you are. Because here at the end, this is like a story. So it begins with pure heartbreak, grief over the heartbreak, realization of the self, because this is a number 1, and this is a major arcana card. As I've said, it's a peeling back of a layer in your life, a peeling back of the self. So major arcana card is telling us that this is a major phase, a major awakening, a major realization that is happening within you. And the number 1, the number of leaders, the number of intuition, the number of the self. So I think there is a return to home, a return to self that is happening. And it's not going to be a false light that is existing from within you. It is going to be a true light after you have put down the weight and allow yourself to grow from the things you've been through, from the connections that you've been through. See how here there's roses and flowers, red, love, white, purity. Here we have the rain that is watering these flowers and causing that growth. So I think there's going to be major realizations for Gemini as far as the self, as far as releasing of old unprocessed energy, releasing of heartbreak, releasing of old emotions and thoughts when it comes to maybe past connections. Here I also thought was very interesting because I literally thought of Mercury whenever I was thinking of how Gemini ties their intelligence and their conversation together, their communication. I think, yes, Gemini is actually ruled by Mercury. Shut the fuck up. It is. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Like, bro, I'm too good. Oh my. Anyways, yes. This feels like a story leading back to self, leading back to being that creator version of you that didn't need to look elsewhere for permission. As I said, Geminis are very curious people. So Geminis are constantly getting ideas all the time. Here we have the magician, the creator, who is being led by his higher self, his eternal self. And here he has a wand up and a finger down, as above, so below. So there is going to be a return to the self, a return to that version of you that feels capable of putting these divine ideas into physical reality and making all those dreams and visions come true and come into life, into reality, because you have the ability, the brightness. You are a bright person, Gemini. You are a very intelligent person. You know you have all the tools. You see how he has everything here laid out for him. You know you have all the tools to rule the world, to rule your world, to create your world exactly as you envision it. And so that is what you will do. I think come August, you might start to feel heaviness going into August. You might start to feel that stuff coming back up from deep within the surface, things you might have wanted to forget. As I said here with the 5 of Cups, he is looking at spilt water when he doesn't even see or doesn't realize he can look up and there's a whole river of water there that he can get some more water from, literally. And 2 perfectly good cups behind him. He's just in grief. It's valid. I mean, maybe he was really looking forward to enjoying those cups of water, you know? It's very much valid to grieve over things, but just don't stay stuck there. 5 is the number of change. 5 is the number of opportunities. So give yourself the opportunity to become all you are, all you've always been. Don't let the heartbreak of the past keep you under that rain from becoming that flower. Water under the bridge. Life goes on, the river goes on, and I hate to say it because I've been there. You know, I've been there. So I feel you. And 3 is the number of happiness, the number of creation. And I don't know if you've ever heard this, but if no one has ever told you this, I will be the one to tell you. Sometimes a heart must break in order to open. Okay? Gosh. Wow, this was a lot. I hope you are doing okay, Gemini, and I know you will be okay. You will be okay. Just be prepared for these emotions to come back up, and if they do, and I hope you're watching this reading if you do and you remember what I'm saying now, but if you do start to feel this heaviness, don't ignore it. Don't continue to pretend that it was nothing or pretend that it is nothing, because it is to you. Acknowledge it, sit with it, and sit with yourself through it, through what you're feeling, through the thoughts you're thinking. allow yourself to be the observer of what's going on. And yeah, this is you. That's what I have for Gemini today. I think this was a great reading. I hope it resonates, and if it doesn't, well, just it doesn't resonate. But thank you for watching, Gemini, and anybody else. The next sign is a Cancer, but as I said, I'm gonna turn my phone off for I don't know how long, and then I'll do Cancer sign next. So mwah, peace out. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate everyone who does.